Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is kind of a follow-up video for what if I went on my direct. What if a car follow you? What do you do? I had some time to think about that situation, and some time has passed, per se, to give me time to think about everything. One thing first, that person beeped their horn, I beeped mine. It could be in two things. That person, when I said a person car turned with me, it could be two things. They actually turned with me, trying to make a situation, which would make me reach for my weapons, or B, they actually was turning there and they wasn't following me, but they just happened to go to the same location as me. But with that being said, with that being said, my follow-up question is, what should I have done if someone followed me? How should I have my weapons? It's a little bit different for me because I have a child, and I'm not at a point where I want my child to get used to seeing my weapons. They know daddy got weapons, but they safe and secure. So that's one. Two, if there was a car accident and then some type of accident shooting, and then God forbid that situation, I couldn't live with myself. But at the same time, if someone followed me, do I have the right to be armed and have my weapon? Yes, but the situation could have been this. A lot of time people emotions elevate when you elevate. If you stay cool, they'll stay cool. The moment you start flashing or brandishing your weapon, you can make a situation a whole lot worse, but you don't know. You don't know because you in the situation and you are in another mindset. For me, I saw follow and I had a child in my car. That instantly elevated me all the way. And to be honest, I didn't elevate all the way I could because how my personality is. I can really have flipped off a lot more, but I realized, hey, you have a child. You can't do that. You can't do that. And that what made me calm down a whole lot more. So it was, it happened so fast, and that's all it takes. It just take one situation to move so fast. You don't know. You don't know what the situation is. You just move accordingly. You hope you get it right, as I'm trying to see if this car let me in. And okay, maybe, nope, they won't. And that's the problem with the area I live. There are a bunch of jerks when it comes to driving, and they won't let you in, and that causes a lot of situations. But that's fine. Literally, the situation I'm trying to get over, and the cars just speeding up and won't let you in. So with that being said, it's harder. It's harder than you think, but try to keep a level head. Trust me, I know. Sometimes I'm cool, relax, and then you catch me on the wrong day. And, life going on, things going on, work, stress, personal problems, and you just like, I do not give a flip today. And with this anxiety society, you have to be careful. People are stressed, a recession is coming, jobs, people mental health, people are at an all-time high in personality. You just want to think smarter, and you just want to think smarter with these situations. So could I brought my gun out? Sure. I would say this: having it close by and taking it and having it ready just in case could be an option. Because my thing is, if they driving, it's no different from them following you. Think about it from a legal standpoint. If they Catholic doctrine, stand your ground, only working when you feel like you're a threat. But when the moment that they are retreating from you and you follow them, it's no longer Catholic doctrine. It is now you have taken the law out of your hands. And how I know this was a person in Kansas City area where I live made national news. An elderly man shot this kid. You remember the story? Shot the kid who accidentally knocked on the wrong door, and the man thought he was a threat. Really, it was just I'm just going to say what it is. It was an elderly white man who thought this black kid was a threat, and he shot him. And even though this kid was an honor student, violin player, good kid, this man assumed stereotypes and shot him. That's one thing when it's an accident, but it's another when you follow them. Then you become the problem, right? So you become the problem, and you can't do that. But you can defend if they're following you. But I'm just happy that the situation did not become a problem, and nobody got hurt. Thank God. But it just takes one opportunity, one mistake, one situation for someone, and one bullet, and it can end everything unnecessarily. And a lot of people are in prison right now because they didn't mean to do such and such. So anyway, that is the follow-up. Should you have your less lethal or your lethal? In that situation, less lethal, would not have been the best choice. Lethal would have been the better option. But if you only carry less lethal, it's better than nothing. But, you know, I was happy that that person went away, which most people do. Most people are cowards, hiding behind cars anyway. But but for the most part, I'm glad it worked out, and I was happy that my child was not hurt, nor that I jumped out of the car. Because if you follow me and you keep following me, I will just jump out of the car and see what you're about. And that's completely foolish. I know. Because they can have a gun, you have nothing, or, true story. I had a school classmate. It's going on it'll be 2 years in November. Had an argument with a person at his job on Wednesday afternoon, 12 o'clock. He was arguing with a stranger, or maybe they knew each other, and the person shot him in broad daylight, and he died on Wednesday afternoon. I remember his funeral because I watched it online. He was buried in his LA gear. But to see that this man, a father and husband of 2 kids, dying because he had words, I cannot imagine that his last day on earth, he wanted to go out that way. Nor do I want that to be my last day on earth as well. So, the only thing I can say is thank God nothing happened. As anybody who watched my channel know, I'm not a person that uses profanity quite often, but when I use it, it's very real. And if anybody that's offended, that's not how I normally talk. Actually, it is sometimes, but I try not to do that online, because just in case somebody is a preacher or a Christian or just a person who just want to hear a lot of profanity, you caught me on the wrong day. And if anybody was offended, I apologize, because that's not the content I try to put out. I try to put out good, clean content that anybody can watch, but I am human. So, alright guys, thank you for watching my channel. Have a good one.